This is Matt from the Dice of the Round Table. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video if you appreciate it. Today we're going to be talking about tactics of deployment for bolt action and the 4 infantry squads. So, I really like the flexibility of 4 squads. I've played 3 squad games. I've not played a game with 2 squads. And I've played against games with someone having more than 4 squads. So more squads does give you more flexibility. Do not ever doubt that. Less gives you less options. So I'll share why I like 4 squads. Let's get to the table and take a look at what I'm talking about. So this is going to give you a brief table down view of what I'm talking about. So if I have terrain close together like this, am I looking to maximize cover? Do I want the squad to come up through cover to maximize cover? So I might have a squad on my right flank to protect my right flank, a squad on my left flank to protect that. Because again, if there's objectives on the flanks, I might want a squad to push up there. And for me, I don't want a squad too far to my right or too far to my left, because they may spend 1 or 2 activations just running so they can get back into the action. Because if I go too heavy on my right for some reason, and there's really no objective up here, this squad is going to literally have to run. That's 12. And then next turn I could advance and get a shot off. But depending on what's going on, if my opponent goes heavy on my left flank, this squad is out of the action. This squad I can start shifting. I can start shifting everything over. But this one's probably going to need a turn or two to get into the action. So on the flip side, if you see your opponent go really heavy on one side, and maybe they put a heavy hitter on the outside. Again, something I would not suggest. A heavy hitter you might want to put in the middle of your deployment or on the inside of the deployment. Maybe someone's making you have to deploy on the corners. I have done that to some of my players. I might want them on the inside of my deployment so they can move left or right. So I like the tactical flexibility of having a double squad center, reinforced center, because at any point I can send this squad to the right to work with this squad. I can always send this squad to the left to work with this squad to give me some mutual support. What about tanks? What about artillery? I'm not talking about that in this episode. What I'm talking about is the infantry and that 4 squad flexibility. The other reason why I like taking 4 squads, and at least if you take 3 veterans, veteran, pick one as regular. Just save you some points. Points are everything. And that one regular squad, very often when I play, my veteran squads will get into the action. They'll get up there. And I'll have this regular squad. So let's say the house. The house is an important objective. I get my order dice, I put it down. Lo and behold, I'm going to advance up to the house. I got 6 inches. Let me get 6 inches moved up here. And I lay fire into the house. Or maybe there's a squad coming up trying to take the house from me. Oh, I get my activation dice again. You know what? Let's move these guys up. They're a little bit further from the action. But because they have rifles, they got the LMG, I'm going to pour more fire into it. So now I have the possibility of putting 2 pins on a unit or something and inflicting casualties. Whereas if this unit is a big veteran unit, all right, we can do it, they may get bogged down. What if they get a pin? That's another situation you got to think about it. You never know what 1 pin will do. 1 pin can change a game. I played so many games where a lieutenant got a pin, a sniper got a pin, and they failed the order check. They go down. They run away. Or the odd chance of friendly fire. But that 4 squad's flexibility, you can move around. If this squad fails an order check, this squad doesn't, here, we will fill in the gap until you get your heads out of the dirt and can move up with us. 4 squads, that's why I like them on the table. Gives me just a little bit more flexibility. I also like deploying more towards the center of my deployment zone so I can spread out. Unless, of course, the caveat, Do I have objectives on the corners or way out to the flanks of the side of the table? If everything's still mostly in the center, if it's like 12 inches from the side, I don't care. But if something's right on the edge of a table, maybe it's 6 inches from the side of the table, then I'm going to have to spread out some more on my infantry squads. But I like keeping them central. Don't bottle them too close because of HE explosion templates, but keep them relatively within range of each other so they can mutually support themselves until you really get into the action. And once you're really into the action, you're committed. The die has been cast. What happens, happens. But for now, that's my take on 4 squads. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave some comments. How do you like building your bolt action squad?